This is the video for trail and real-time options for the Find Gifts game. I'm going to click on the trail option. First, it shows you the first 9 instructions that it executed. It always starts in the main program, which is program 0, at instruction 0. And here it is, the one that says branch if equal, task to 0, go to AA. The next instruction it does is 1 and 2. It didn't go to AA. But here, at instruction line 2, it says if the game number is equal to the was game number, go to AC. It did take that branch because here it's at AC. It does the node action, it adds 1 to task, and here at 16, it says branch if task is greater than wait ticks, and go to AE, and it did. It went to AE, which is instruction 20. After that, it talks about going to BA here if you ask for YouTube videos, but we're not interested in that, so we're going to click on 9 instructions until it goes back to the beginning again. Alright, here it went back to number 21 instruction, which says branch if equal, show video list, the 1, go to BE. Well, it's not going to go to BE because we didn't toggle it over here. Number 22, it says call routine 102, and the very next line we see now it's in subprogram 1 and at tab 2, so that is routine 102. It's going to display the matrix of the 200 gifts and the find gifts. Well, let's see. We'll advance 9 more instructions, and there they are. They're the 200 gifts. There are the 9 gifts. And here we're still in subprogram 1, and these were put there. Here's one of the puts. This one was the one that put the 6 there. Remember, it was image 3. We'll advance 9 more. Well, it went home right after that, so now we're back in the main program, but the main program then says call 103. Well, next thing we know, here it is in subprogram 1, tab 3. And it has to do with show the answer, frame the matrix answers in black. And let's see, the next line says branch if not equal 1 to DE. It immediately went to DE and went home, because notice it's not showing the answers. Well, we go to 9 more instructions. Well, here we are. Very next thing after it went home, it says go back to subprogram 1. Now do tab 4. Alright, and here we see, there it is. Subprogram 1, tab 4. If the matrix gift is clicked, test for found and mark them. Well, here we see it's setting up tall and wide. Then an X and a Y position. Then a color red. Then set the Q control register, which is for how wide the line's supposed to be. It says here size 1. And do a rectangle draw. Well, that's this red triangle around all 200 of the gifts that are to be selected. Right after that, we see it making that rectangle clickable as number 5, and the very next thing it says, if they didn't click on a 5, go to EE, and here's EE says go home. So there wasn't anything to do because no one clicked on any of them. So it's home again. So now it's in the main program again. It says set the font to 424. We'll advance 9 instructions, the color to a dark red, X and Y position, and say the text game number. Well, that's this right here. Then it says add 20 to the end of that X and do a box on the number called game number. And this one means it's clickable, and this is clickable. You can put another number in there. Then it starts setting up another X and Y and tall. Let's see what it's going to do now. And there's how wide. The color 6, which is a dark blue, rectangle fill, and make it clickable. Well, I think it's this dark blue box here. Then it adjusts X and M, well, because it's going to want to put the text inside there, and right here it writes the text. Toggle the answer on and off, and that's what it put in the box there. Well, we advance another 9 instructions. Yeah, well, it checks to see if it was clicked. It goes to AK because we didn't click it. And it calls subprogram 1, tab 5, and here we see, that's where it is, tab 5. Sets a tall and a wide, a color of black, the quill, the 4, which is sort of a broad line, and then for I0, well, it's looking for the found ones. And if one is found, it's going to put black around it. Well, let's advance. Well, it's looking through all of them, but it didn't find, and it found one of them. It found one of them. When it found it, it put the black frame around it. And then it went home. And it's checking to see if all of them were found. If all of them were found, go to AM, but didn't go to AM, it exited. And that's the end of the trail. Now I want to point out what's the nice feature about the trail. Not only do you get to see the things that are happening, but let's say you wanted to change something. And in order to change it, you have to find it in the program so you can change it. But the trail will help you find it, because we can go to trail and we could say, well, we're not sure where it is, so let's advance 90 instructions. Oh, well, what I wanted to do was change this box, but after 90 instructions, it already did it. So I'm going to leave the trail, come back to the trail, and now I'm just going to go 9 instructions. I'll just click on them. Did that, did that. There it is. Now it did it. Well, now what I can do is I can get it to go right to the program where it built this box. I can go up here. I know right here is where it made it. So I'm going to click on that line. See, it says rectangle fill, and here is the color dark blue. So I'm going to click on those lines, one of those lines, go off the trail and go to the program. And here you see, it went right to where that is. I didn't have to go searching through all the subprograms to find it. I used the trail, and there it is. Now I can change it, add another instructions if I need to, but I'm not going to now. I'm just going to go back and execute the program again. So that's one way of making changes to this. Go to the program and make them. Well, there's another way if it's a simple thing that we want to change. Going to go to the trail again. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to advance till we find it. There it is. This time we're going to show that I can back up on the trail. I look at what's happened here, and I wanted to change the position of this, but it already did it previously. I can, instead of advancing on the trail, I can go back in the trail. I'm going to go back 9 instructions, and now I see where the X and Y values for this box were set. So now I'm going to click there. But I don't want to go into the program to change them. I can change them in what we call real time. I'm going to leave the trail, and I'm going to go to the real time option, which is called RT. I'm going to click that. And look at exactly where I clicked on the trail. I said this is where I wanted to be, and it took me right there. Now we're in real time, and we can change these values. For instance, here the X value for where the blue box is 218. If I take that 1 away and make it 208, it moved 10 pixels to the left. And now I'm going to just simply put it back to where it was, 218. You need to know that when you change it using real time, it actually changed the program, and if you save it, it's going to have the changed values. Also here we can say how tall it is. Whoa, what if we made it real tall? Yeah, well, that's not right, is it? So I'll put the 0 back there, make it back to 20 again. So what you can do is not only use the trail to find where the program is and then go right to the program, but you can go to real time and make the changes. I'm going to turn real time off and go back to the program. And in the program, I could also select a particular place that I want to change and click on it. Then when I go to execute it, I can go right to real time, and it's going to be right at that particular place. So you don't have to use the trail to use real time, but the two of them do work together. Alright, I'll click off real time. This is the end of the video on the options of trail and real time for the Find GIFs game.